Today, the Salty Dog crew departs early from the harbor. Captain Mitch is in a small drought and badly wants a bite. Today's wireman and first mate is Charlie Bowman. Also on board is Alabama native Will Scroggins. Ashton, Captain Mitch's younger sister, gets a snooze in. Also on board is Brinson Holder.
Mitch and I fished for about 12 straight days and caught 13 fish. Went 3 days without a single bite. It was pretty crazy.
The first 15 minutes of trolling is spent fine-tuning the lure spread.
The short rigger needs to go back, yeah, wait.
Charlie eventually gets it right. The Salty Dog, a 31-foot Bertram, isn't the only vessel in Kona waters today. Some familiar boats are trolling as well.
It does help having friends out here. You know, we all stay in touch with each other and try to help each other out the best we can. Spread out, and if somebody's getting bit, you know, they'll call and let us know as long as you do the same thing to them. And I'd say more than half the fish we catch are because of other people in the radio. Traditionally, you know, the fish bite an hour either side of the tide change the best. If you're lucky, you can get 2 a day during your fishing times. If you can position yourself, you know, stay real late, you know, you can hit both of them. Usually a week leading up to the full moon, a couple days after are the best. Same with the new moon. Those are two best weeks of every month, are new moon and full moon. But other than that, it's a waiting game. You just make sure your hooks are sharp, your line's good, your lures look right, and just go with it.
Today, the Salty Dog heads south to one of their favorite fishing grounds, just past the second lava flow near Miloli'i. Rumor has it that the big fish have been showing up. They troll for more than 8 hours. Then,
We found Mama!
a monster latches on.
Charlie found Mama!
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. How long was I driving? I mean, come on.
I hate you.
They look like a good fish.
The fish hasn't jumped at all. Its powerful force keeps the lure down deep, and Ashton is holding on with everything she's got.
If it starts coming up, Charlie, pump it back below 30. I don't like what it's doing. Put more on it. More.
Pretty good, Ash. Pretty good.
More. Oh! Reel up.
Losing what could have been a colossal Pacific blue marlin
That was a good one.
hurts. As an angler, you think back to what you could have done differently. Sitting and reflecting in solitude reminds us of what it's like to lose. A hungry fish jumps on the pink and silver lure off the long rigger. The fish doesn't break the surface, it dives deep. A fair sign that this isn't a marlin, but instead a yellowfin tuna, or ahi in Hawaiian.
You want me just to leave it out of gear?
You can drive on it.
Think you can take him on that side?
No, just don't worry about it. Just drive on it. That's a pretty good one. There.
It takes two to bring in this massive ahi.
You want me to grab the tail or anything?
Yeah, if you will. Just don't let him flop
Ready?
like that.
And it looks like it'll eclipse the 100-pound mark with ease. They'll know for sure when they get back to the scales at Honokohau Harbor. And it'll go to a good cause.
Got to get this fish on some ice, take care of it pretty good. Got to give it to charity. We're stoked. Just a bonus when you catch one of these things out here.
If you had to choose a fish to become a circus act, you choose a blue marlin because they're spectacular acrobats. The marlin bites down on that razor-sharp hook and it feels this powerful sting. So a marlin will jump high, twisting its body, trying to dislodge the hook. Sometimes it'll go as far as split backwards or pull a perfect half pike. The muscles in a marlin are flexible and powerful. When hooked, their tightly toned muscles can propel them above and below the water at extremely high speeds and with very powerful force, taking out the line extremely fast. When a marlin leaps out of the water, sometimes as high as twice its own length, it shakes its head, creating slack in the line, hence making it easier to dislodge the hook during its jump. And when a marlin throws the hook, it wins the fight. Although it's not uncommon to see free-jumping marlin, when you hook one, you're guaranteed to see a great show.
Salty Dog Sport Fishing Hawaii is brought to you by the Hawaiian Islands. Plan your dream getaway now on the Big Island of Hawaii. Farish Media. From concept to completion, we turn ideas into images. By the Hawaii Island United Way, building a healthier community. And by Salty Dog Sport Fishing Charters. Join the crew for the best sport fishing in Hawaii. Ashton has just pulled in a mahi-mahi. It's a small one, so it's back to the sea for this one. Big Daddy maneuvers the Salty Dog along the ledge near Red Hill, a favorite for many captains. Expectations here are normally high.
You know, some days the fish are on the 500 fathom line, sometimes they're feeding at 700 fathoms, so we're going to kind of zigzag in and out, see if we can make a determination of where the fish are feeding today, and then work that line once we figure that out.
Traveling along the coast, the Salty Dog passes Kealakekua Bay, a magnificent marine life sanctuary. They also pass Pu'uhonua o Honaunau, also known as the City of Refuge, a national park of major cultural and historical significance to the Hawaiian people. It's one of the most beautiful and awe-inspiring places to visit on the island of Hawaii. The Salty Dog is along the 300-fathom line. Big Daddy catches a small fin approaching the lure on the long corner.
There's a fish.
And it bites.
All right, get that one.
They don't know what it is because the fish stays beneath the surface, but it's bigger than the mahi-mahi caught earlier.
Spearfish. Y'all want some fish to eat?
Spearfish probably weighs about 30, 35 pounds. Not too big.
My name is Carlton Taniyama, captain of the 5-Star. We caught our Pacific Blue Marlin on May 20th, 2005. It weighed in at 1,132 pounds. Started off 7 in the morning, a half-day charter, and headed down the coast. Right off the lighthouse, 700 fathoms is where we met up with that fish. Jumped 4 or 5 times and just went down, and we never got a real good look at it, but we knew it was a good fish. Got in a chair, fought it, got it to the boat in about 20 minutes, and we got on the side and we tagged it as it was swimming away from us. Not thinking, of trying to kill it, just tag, let it go, and we couldn't get it around the side to get the hook out, so it got away and fought it for a little more and got on the side and still didn't even think it was a grand. We thought, 800, 900. Pulled in the door and it did the short measurement, and I thought our tape measure was wrong. So I kept telling, "You sure you're measuring it right?" And he said, "Pretty sure." We got a short measurement of 145 or 146 or something like that. And so we brought it into the scale, and a whole bunch of people were sitting at the dock when we came in. And catching a 1,000-pound fish is, I guess, every captain and every crewman's goal. My mom and dad made a potluck cookout for us. And we stayed down there till the wee hours of the morning celebrating. Anglers and all, they stayed with us that night. It's a tradition that when you come and celebrate, the captain and the crew and the anglers get thrown in the water. No matter what time of the day, night, whatever, you get thrown in. And sometimes you get thrown in more than once.
Aloha, this is Captain Mitch. Have a question about sport fishing? Post it on facebook.com/saltydoghawaii and I'll answer. Please include your first name and where you're from.
Thumbs up for the crew of today's trip. Charlie Bowman is the first mate today. Larkin Touchstone, a native of Mobile, Alabama, will be today's angler.
Today's game plan would be we came out of the harbor, hung a hard left down the 500, headed south, bumped her up to about 1,000 RPM, set out the lures, trolling down the line, hitting some of the better places up and down the ledge. So we'll see if we can find one. Maybe there'll be one hiding where they're supposed to be.
Captain Mitch ties his super knot, knowledge and skill required by any captain.
Called a Benjamin knot. Found that it's pretty much the strongest thing we could find, better than the Australian braid. It's pretty easy. We don't run double lines, so therefore we can run longer leaders, get the fish faster because we can get wraps. I can't tell you how much money I've won off betting people about the strongest knots, and I'll tie this one and they'll tie one of theirs, and theirs breaks every single time. You pass it through the eye of the swivel twice. You got to be real careful that it doesn't overlap each other, that they're stacked nicely side by side, otherwise it will break. You do a half hitch on either side of the 2 times through the swivel, then you do 2 half hitches up on top of the knot, and then you go back just in case with some wax floss doubled over and throw in some more half hitches. Do a lot of half hitching around here.
You're about to see how fast 2 people can move when there's a hookup.
Charlie, get your gloves on. You see how big it was?
I think it's just under 5. Coming up. Oh, it is a rat. Stripey. Oh, yeah? Woo! All right, baby!
Good deal, good deal.
A little under 5. You were right about that one. Well, all I saw was the head come out and it went sideways. And it was barely 100 pounds, wasn't it? It was barely 50 pounds.
Salty Dog Sport Fishing Hawaii is brought to you by the Hawaiian Islands. Plan your dream getaway now on the Big Island of Hawaii. Farish Media. From concept to completion, we turn ideas into images. By the Hawaii Island United Way, building a healthier community. And by Salty Dog Sport Fishing Charters. Join the crew for the best sport fishing in Hawaii. The crew from the Salty Dog is riding high, and it's close to the end of the day. Ashton, Leslie, and Big Daddy have what we could call a friendly escort to new fishing grounds, and hopefully a Pacific blue marlin. This is what fishermen in Kona live for.
There's nothing like that shot of adrenaline you get when you're sitting up here looking back and you see a big fish on the short corner or the long corner right behind the boat. All of a sudden he makes a decision to eat and there's a big explosion, and that shot of adrenaline is just really something special.
The Salty Dog heads north and will troll to the 1,000-fathom curve, where it's over a mile deep just off the coast. Here, the currents are running and hit the ledge, churning up nutrients for smaller fish. And big fish like smaller fish.
There he is!
A Pacific blue marlin has come knocking, biting the jet lure on the long rigger. It takes but a few precious seconds for Ashton to grab the rod. Big Daddy and Leslie clear the other lines that are out.
Get that leader out too if you can. Pull back so I can reach it.
Big Daddy firmly grabs the leader
All right, got a catch.
and will use both hands to wrap up this fish. The tag is in. And a 200-pound or so marlin is released.
All right, Ash.
I don't think I've ever put a shirt on so fast in my life.
Beautiful day, great fishing,
Another blue marlin day.
beautiful water. A lot of fun.
Today was a 3-fish day.
Next stop beer.